My freshly cut carrots from the fridge. How are you today? We're going to go through a very special video. We are under attack by the SEC. They're currently trying to take over crypto, but it's not as bad as you think because the SEC is a nobody. The SEC are a little pushover. They don't really think crypto is a threat. How do I know this? I have done so much digging, information absorbing, and I know the government response when something is actually a threat. I've watched a lot of UFO videos. I've seen a lot of things. Ain't such thing as a conspiracy anymore. When you go through this and you see how people get Jeffrey Epsteined, you'll witness the truth. And the truth is, if we were really a threat in crypto, they would be taking us down more aggressively. But we're not. That's the truth. We are a casino, okay? We're not actually taking over anything yet. Maybe we will in the future, but not yet, which is actually great for you and me because we are still outsiders. We're punting on the professional benefits of crypto and the industry moving forward and everything moving on, okay? Now, Robert F. Kennedy is a potential political candidate coming up. He gathered a lot of attention. He's pro-Bitcoin, a lot of these values of that. But we got to be careful, okay? Because in this video, and I want you to know, friends, I don't want to say their names. I don't want to tag them. But the Phoebe and the Kia, all right? You know who these are now, okay? I am not going to say these. I don't want to trigger the words. But obviously, the Kia took out his father, JFK. If you think it was actually who they say it was, well, enjoy your 7th vaccination. I'm sure it's going to do something for you. These types of things are not coincidences. They deleted his video off YouTube. So he actually explains a full story. I've listened to it, and he shows a lot of evidence, and they actually went and deleted it. This sparked a memory from me that I want to share with you. There was a coin called BitConnect, and in 2017, BitConnect was running a Ponzi. So it was just paying new investors with old investor money. Now, Trayvon got caught up in it. Trayvon is known as like the BitConnect guy. But Trayvon, funny enough, he got investigated by the actual Phoebe. You see this? Phoebe. Can't say the word. The Phoebe investigated him and they got a case on him. And I forgot exactly what happened, but they just wanted to see, oh, is this a mastermind who was pumping and dumping? And then they speak to Trayvon and they're like, no, he just got caught up with it too. He generally thought this thing was just going to make everybody money. So what happens is years go by. Years go by. This was back probably 2017, 2018, whenever. What happens now is Hex gets investigated by the SEC. The Hex coin is immutable, lives on Ethereum, has no admin keys. So what they do was they went through the Hex promoters. They checked like 50 to 100 people off Twitter and YouTube, and they sent everybody letters, and they wanted to see, is anybody getting paid to promote this? Is there a central government, is there a central business authority who is sending everyone money for them to dump secretly and run away? Now, it's probably still under investigation, but we all know in the community from the on-chain, we all check, there was none of that. It's literally just a freaking public market casino, just like everything else. The bids and the offers and everything, okay? But they're doing their job, I guess. Enough people complain. There are a lot of scum who actually went and complained out there. I know who they are. They're very, very low lives. They're like basically risking all our bags. So if we go through this, can't wait to call them out. Now, here's the thing. Trayvon got a call from a private number one day. Before PulseChain launched, Trayvon gets called. He picks up and it was the lady who spoke to him from his Phoebe investigation from BitConnect. You understand it? If you're listening to this, you got to be watching this on video, what I'm pointing at. So the Phoebe lady called him again. It was a Mexican lady, Latina lady. She called him. And what she didn't know was I was in my bed. I was watching Trayvon stream it live. The phone call was being played live on YouTube. And I didn't think anything of it. I was just listening, and she called him. And Trayvon talks about PulseChain. It was interesting. She actually said to him, she goes, so, like, do you think he's going to do the PulseChain thing? What do you think about it? They were trying to get dirt on Ricardo Corazon. They were trying to see if Hex and PulseChain are actual scams. She asked him, she's like, hey, you know, Hex, like, we're seeing some dirty stuff he's been doing, right? They obviously see the twerking and the Louis Vuitton stuff. And then Trayvon says, oh, well, you know, there's no expectations. Like, they ain't really a scam. We ain't promised anything. And she got upset. She's like, damn, like, you could feel it. Like, damn it, we're trying to look for dirt. This is a dead end here. Funny enough, she actually asks him, I remember this, she asks him, so do you reckon he can pull it off? So it's almost like the Phoebe themselves are in PulseChain with us, like cheering it on. I mean, I started laughing in bed like, oh, wow, man. If Richard Rugg pulls, man, he's going to have the whole Phoebe coming after him. That'll be funny. So what happens next? Trayvon uploads it. Guess what happens? It gets deleted. Just like this. Disappeared. Gone. They were watching. So he got a call. He didn't even know this lady. He got a call. It was an anonymous number. They've got eyes and ears in every single suburb in the whole world. I wouldn't be surprised if my neighbor is a Phoebe agent themselves or a Kia. I should go knock on there with my clothes on, of course, and ask them, excuse me, sir, do you use banana emojis in your WhatsApp conversations? Just to see what they're thinking about, what they're feeling. They're everywhere. Very interesting that they deleted it. That's why when Robbie here talks about the Kia offing his father and all this evidence, and then this video gets deleted, it ain't a coincidence. So I want you to know, friends, I saw these completely unrelated topics, crypto and UFOs and all these conspiracy stuff. Why I pay attention to it is I got to see what the government, what the deep state actually do when you are a threat. All right? They delete your video. They Jeffrey Epstein you. You're gone. Like you never existed. In our crypto land, no one really cares. We're a casino. That's the truth. All right? So, yeah, we've seen almost said it, right? We've seen the Phoebe and the Kia, when they go after different parts of threats, which we consider threats to the sanctity of the US dollar, and I'll explain this later, this is their normal response. We ain't seeing any of that. We're just seeing the SEC come out. We're seeing them be slimy. They're trying to take out some dog coins, and they're going after Charles to do this court battle. And I even have like this video here.
Part of my history.
Were you? Yes or no?
In 2016.
Did you facilitate the payment for the Steele dossier since you were CFO of the Hillary Clinton campaign?
Sir.
Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes or no?
That was not.
You're under oath, Chairman Gensler. Yes or no?
I know. I was not something I was aware of.
So this is the head of the SEC. Does this look like a response from a deep state? You are threatening the sanctity of the most powerful people in the world. Not really. It seems like he's a little henchman, and it's like the first big boss of the game. You ever play any RPGs? It's like we've entered the first cave. It's like level 12. You know, he's got some armor, but nothing too complicated. You can take him out. He's an elite level boss, but it's not the end game. It's not really the end game. It's like our little henchman that we just got to take out. That's the vibe I'm getting when it comes to the SEC trying to take on crypto, going after Binance, etc. Because we can go through the other people who mysteriously wound up with shotgun bullets to the back of their head and coincidentally managed to drown themselves, and before they die, tie themselves with by their backs and then jump to their deaths, right? All these crazy things happening. We're not in it right now. We aren't, okay? So when it comes to these, and we saw a lot of these Ethereum's sell-offs and a lot of these insiders and everyone playing around. I think everything's going to be okay when we're looking at all of it, okay? So here is even, I like this chart here. You got to see crypto asset securities per the SEC. So look, they just went after the top ranking coins. Tron, Matic, Solana, Cardano, XRP, BNB. You can see all these, and there were others as well. You got Decentraland, you got the Sandbox. So all these, you can see they went to the top. They're like, hey, let's try to take out the head, the biggest of the community. What's interesting as well, that they don't even know what really drives crypto. They don't know that all of us, We're not looking at these coins going, oh, golly gee, you've taken out the staples. Like, they don't know. We're just a full-on casino of degens who are coming to buy the next hot new thing anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But you get to see their strategy here. Okay? So I hope you got to see, okay, this is why I have confidence that we're on the right path. Maybe in the future we get powerful, okay? So maybe. If we get cursed here, we ain't going anywhere. What would be true power? I want you to know true power would be if we get to near the size of gold. All right, that's up here. Now, going off how it's gone off in the past, right, the chart, I don't know if we're going to be able to get up to this box. I don't know if we're going to have that much power to be able to do such a feat. Wouldn't that be crazy? But if we did get there, you better believe the response from the government is going to be the most fatal, critical, emergency action you've ever seen. They might just go for a full-on outright ban. I'm not even joking. I'm serious. They'll go for... Yeah, you might say, oh, they can't ban it. Doesn't matter. Have you seen the people holding your bags with me and you? Do you know how weak they are? They will get rid of it in 2 seconds. They will bend the knee straight away. They will bend over. They will do whatever it takes to just, get rid of the fear, get rid of the fear. They'll get out. They'll get out. So if Bitcoin ever goes up to the size of gold's market cap, which is 500K, I think we're dealing with a whole new can of worms. And hey, I won't be surprised if we ever get there, friends. By the way, you might hit there by the end of the decade. But if we got there too fast up here, right, you might be seeing things like, we saw Robert's videos got taken down, right? Because he reveals the Kia and what they did to his father. But they would probably also include crypto to be taken down in this. They'll consider crypto a financial, snake tool to rob mum and dad. They'll do whatever it takes to keep banning it. They will change how their reports work. They do a lot of shifty stuff when they really want to take it down. The fact that nobody gets reported, everyone's videos are just out to survive, out to thrive out there. The fact that it's out there, it means we are a complete joke to them, which is exactly what we want. It is exactly what we want. We're just 1 to 1.2 trillion in market cap right now. We're nothing. We might become a threat at the 10 trillion. That's when things start to become a threat. So I hope you learned something today, friends. You want to know why I'm still bullish despite all these dangerous stuff. It's because I know. And now you know too. You go, okay, there's a method, right? When they really want to take down a threat, there's no thinking. There's no talking about it. It's just done. You get disappeared. You get Epsteined. Whatever it takes, you get finished. They control the media. By the way, they also control Google, just to let you know. Yes, everything gets filtered. When the words come up, straight away, automatic filters. So, hey, at least we know the game now. Right now, we're a casino. We're still a bit of a joke. If we grew too big, we're not going to be. This is why I'm begging you. I'm begging you. You buy in the depression and you get as aggressive as you can. Because I don't know if a lot of you are going to have the steel ovaries to survive the onslaught if we make it to the next wave, where the governments then do their emergency buttons where they got to start mashing the ban button. Tell mum and dad that the Kia took on JFK. Like, subscribe, bell button. I'll catch you in the next one, friends.